I'm gonna have a conversation with some people, and we are going to get moving on a solution.
No, you don't get to ask me questions.
Why not?
Because you just don't.
Justin and Hailey Bieber's marriage is facing one of its toughest chapters yet. And while they're still standing side by side publicly,
Why?
Because I'm not your we're not
Why?
buddies.
Just say that.
behind the scenes, it's a much more complicated picture.
You're on private property.
You're not afraid to
No,
be
no, no, no,
deported?
no,
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 you're
no,
not
no,
on private
no, no,
property,
no, no, no,
This
no,
is a
no, no,
question.
no, 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 no.
On Father's Day, Justin posted nearly 20 times, shifting from sweet to strange in seconds.
When Justin Bieber released his latest album, Swag, fans expected hits, but what they got was something deeper. Emotional honesty that cut like a knife. One track in particular, Walking Away, immediately sent shockwaves through his fan base. The lyric, "Girl, we better stop before we say some man we've been testing our patience. I think we better off if we just take a break," was more than just a line. It was a window into a relationship that might be cracking under pressure. For years, Justin and Hailey Bieber have projected the image of a perfect marriage, always smiling in photos, always united in public. But behind those filtered moments, Swag hints at a couple navigating serious emotional strain. Fans were quick to dissect every word, and many believe this is Justin's subtle way of admitting that not everything is picture perfect. Yet in the very same song, he follows up with, "Baby, I ain't walking away, gave you a ring, I made you a promise." That contradiction left listeners confused, even concerned. Does this signal a man torn between loyalty and burnout? It's a powerful start to an album that doesn't sugarcoat anything, and if this is the first chapter, then the next few might be even harder to swallow. Because the real story of Justin's year, from mental health battles to fatherhood, has only just begun. Justin Bieber's new album Swag isn't just music, it's a journal entry. This 21-track release marks a dramatic shift from his earlier work, stripping away the polished pop facade to reveal something far more personal. While it features big names like Gunna, 2 Chainz, Sexy Red, and even Drusky, the star power doesn't overshadow Bieber's raw emotion. Instead, the features serve as contrast, surrounding a man who sounds more exposed than ever. The album doesn't chase radio play, it leans into storytelling, regret, and quiet pain. Songs like Therapy Session and Devotion aren't about hits, they're about healing. Even the name Swag feels ironic, as the confident title masks a deeply vulnerable body of work. This isn't about fame or ego, it's about survival. Bieber isn't hiding behind catchy hooks or upbeat production. He's telling listeners exactly who he is right now. Conflicted, exhausted, and finally honest. And that honesty only grows more intense in the album's next track. Of all the songs on Swag, it's Walking Away that has everyone talking. This track didn't just open the album with emotion, it detonated it. Right from the start, Justin Bieber lays bare a moment that feels painfully real. "Girl, we better stop before we say some Oh, we've been testing our patience. I think we better off if we just take a break." That lyric struck a nerve across social media, with fans dissecting every word, convinced it confirms the long-rumored cracks in his marriage to Hailey. The timing couldn't be more telling. Months of public silence, awkward appearances, and cryptic posts have already sparked speculation. But here, for the first time, Justin seems to speak without filters. And yet, in the very same breath, he contradicts the doubt with a vow of loyalty. "Baby, I ain't walking away, gave you a ring, I made you a promise." It's that emotional whiplash, swinging between giving up and holding on, that makes the track so powerful. It captures the kind of tension you can't fake. Fans hear a man wrestling with love, fear, pride, and responsibility, all in under 4 minutes. And more importantly, it reflects the kind of fight couples often keep hidden behind smiles. This isn't about drama. It's about the silent war behind the perfect photo. With Walking Away, Justin does something few artists dare. He lets us witness the breakdown as it's happening. But this album doesn't just expose relationship struggles, it goes deeper, revealing the cost of fame and the breaking point that led Justin to finally say enough. If Walking Away showed the cracks in Justin's marriage, Standing on Business exposed the pressure boiling underneath. This track is where Justin confronts the chaos head-on, no longer soft-spoken or reflective, but fed up and unfiltered. The line that gripped fans was simple but powerful. "I'm a dad. I'm a husband." That declaration wasn't just a statement, it was a warning. For years, the public has watched Justin stumble through controversies, viral moments, and emotional breakdowns. But this time, he's reclaiming his identity, not as a celebrity, but as a man with responsibilities too heavy for public entertainment. Standing on Business also nods to the now infamous paparazzi confrontation that had headlines spinning. In that moment, Justin wasn't trying to be polite. He was demanding space, something he's rarely been given since childhood. On this track, he channels that same energy, signaling a shift from people-pleasing to boundary setting. He's done trying to be the polished star everyone wants. The pressure to stay relevant, stay perfect, stay profitable, it's all taken a toll. And this song is his way of saying, I've had enough. Yet, even as he stands his ground, there's still a sense of exhaustion beneath the words, like someone who's tired of fighting but knows he has no choice. Being a husband and a father isn't just a title, it's a responsibility that now shapes every decision he makes. This isn't the boy from my world anymore. This is a grown man, staring down everything that fame tried to take from him. And when he looked back at the year that led to this breaking point, it was even more chaotic than fans realized. Behind the emotional lyrics and vulnerable tone of Swag lies a year that nearly broke Justin Bieber. In 2022, he shocked fans by abruptly canceling his Justice World Tour, citing health concerns. But what followed painted a far more complicated picture. Months later, reports emerged that Justin had quietly sold the rights to his entire music catalog for a staggering $200 million. At first glance, the deal seemed like a smart business move. But then came the whispers. The sale wasn't about strategy, it was about survival. A TMZ documentary revealed that Bieber had allegedly been heading toward financial collapse. His once flourishing empire was weighed down by massive tour debts, and insiders claimed he owed millions to former manager Scooter Braun. According to those reports, Braun had to step in and cover the losses when the tour fell apart, forcing Bieber into a position no one saw coming, selling his legacy to stay afloat. For someone once seen as untouchable in the music industry, it was a stunning fall from grace. And while the headlines focused on the numbers, the emotional cost of that decision was rarely discussed. Imagine watching your life's work, songs you wrote, memories you made, being handed off just to keep your life stable. That kind of pressure would rattle anyone, but especially someone who's been in the spotlight since childhood. It's no wonder the themes of burnout, identity, and resilience run so deep in Swag. This wasn't just an album release, it was a quiet act of rebuilding. And while Justin was scrambling to hold everything together, one person was doing the same behind the scenes, his wife Hailey. But her story, too, comes with its own storm. As Justin poured his pain into Swag, Hailey Bieber was navigating a different kind of pressure, one that didn't come with headlines or lyrics. In May, she graced the cover of Vogue and sealed a $1 billion deal by selling her Rhode skincare brand. But behind the scenes, things weren't nearly as glamorous. Insiders claimed her business success was clouded by personal struggles at home. Justin's going through a difficult time, one source said, and Hailey is giving him room to get back on track. While Justin battled emotional and financial turmoil, Hailey became the stable force, juggling fame, business, and a new baby, all while staying mostly silent. Her solo public appearances and absence from Justin's cryptic social media posts raised eyebrows, but she never addressed the rumors. Still, Justin praised her in Vogue, calling their marriage the smartest thing he's ever done. And while the world speculated, Hailey kept showing up for her family, for her brand, and for a husband clearly in crisis. But just when people assumed their story was unraveling, life threw in a twist that changed everything. Just when the public thought Justin and Hailey were falling apart, they revealed something no one saw coming: a baby boy. Their son, Jack Blues, was born in August, and with him came a new chapter that shifted everything. Suddenly, Justin wasn't just a singer, a husband, or a headline. He was a father. The change wasn't just symbolic. In the days leading up to Swag's release, Justin posted a series of intimate family photos that told a very different story than the rumors suggested. One showed Hailey holding baby Jack in soft lighting, another had Justin shirtless, smiling with his son on his lap, and perhaps the most touching featured Jack standing in nothing but a diaper, looking up at his father. Justin captioned one image: "My forever and always." It was a quiet but powerful message that despite the chaos, his heart was still anchored in family. Fatherhood has a way of reframing everything, and for Justin, It seems to be the one role he's holding onto tightly. While his lyrics express doubt and internal conflict, these photos offer a glimpse of peace, even joy. Some fans saw it as damage control, others saw it as growth. But either way, it was clear that becoming a dad changed Justin. He wasn't just making music anymore, he was trying to build a legacy. Yet even in moments of happiness, the pressure of the spotlight doesn't fade. And as he tried to present a united front, cracks still appeared where people weren't looking, online. While Justin's album painted a picture of growth and fatherhood, his behavior online kept fans guessing. In between heartfelt family photos, he posted erratic, cryptic messages that left many wondering what was really going on behind the scenes. One post in particular sparked major conversation, a Father's Day message that read, "I'm a dad that's not to be ked with." The tone was sharp, defensive, and far removed from the calm, grateful image he had just shared days earlier. It didn't take long for the internet to spiral into speculation. Was he lashing out at someone privately? Was it a reaction to mounting pressure? Even more suspicious was Hailey's silence. Despite being active on social media herself, she didn't publicly acknowledge the post, nor did she appear in Justin's feed as consistently as she once did. Fans started noticing her solo outings, her lack of engagement with Justin's music rollout, and the emotional distance between their online presence and real life. Some theorized the couple was carefully managing public perception, posting enough to appear united, but not enough to silence doubts. Others felt it was a cry for help from Justin, a sign that fame, fatherhood, and personal demons were pulling him in too many directions at once. Either way, the confusion added another layer to the mystery surrounding Swag. The album may have provided answers, but Justin's social media told a story full of contradictions, one that made it clear this chapter of his life is still unfolding in real time. And yet, even in the chaos, his bond with those closest to him, especially longtime friend Kid Laroi, offered flashes of loyalty and support that hint at where his heart really lies. Amid the chaos of conflicting posts and emotional lyrics, one person stood firmly in Justin Bieber's corner, his longtime friend and collaborator, Kid Laroi. As the Swag album countdown began, Laroi took to Instagram with a bold statement. "If you don't listen to this album when it drops, we can't be friends." It was more than just promotion, it was a public show of loyalty during a time when Justin clearly needed it. Bieber reposted the message with a simple response, "Love you, broski." That moment cut through the noise and reminded fans that despite everything, financial stress, marital tension, and mental battles, Justin still has people in his life who are rooting for him. Their friendship has always been authentic ever since their 2021 hit stay-topped charts. But now, the connection feels more personal, almost like Laroi sees the weight Justin's carrying and wants to lift some of it, even if just through words. Loyalty like that doesn't always show up in the entertainment industry, especially when someone's in the middle of a public unraveling. And as fans reflected on Justin's evolution, from the teen idol of My World 2.0 to the man behind Swag, this small exchange reminded everyone that while fame may isolate, real relationships endure. Even in his darkest lyrics, Justin clings to the people who've stayed solid. And as the dust settles from the album's release, the question lingers. Is Swag Justin's farewell to chaos, or a signal that he's finally found the clarity he's been searching for? As the final track of Swag fades out, it leaves more questions than answers. Questions that have captivated fans and critics alike. Is this album Justin Bieber's quiet goodbye to the chaos that's followed him for over a decade? Or is it the start of something completely new? For the first time in years, he's not trying to impress anyone or chase another number one. Instead, he's telling the truth, his truth. From the painful honesty of walking away to the defiant vulnerability of standing on business, Swag reads like a man finally peeling off the layers fame forced him to wear. He's shown us his fractures, his fatherhood, his financial missteps, and his fear. But he's also shown resilience, a desire to fight for his marriage, and an unwavering love for his son. That kind of transparency doesn't just happen, it's earned through hardship. Whether this album is a form of closure or a new beginning is still unclear, even to Justin himself. What's certain, though, is that Swag represents something his earlier albums never could: a full picture of the man behind the celebrity. He's no longer the flawless pop star. He's a husband in pain, a father learning, and a human being evolving in front of millions. And maybe that's the point. Maybe swag isn't about where he's going, but what he's survived. Whatever comes next, one thing is clear: Justin Bieber has stopped hiding. And in doing so, he might have just created the most important work of his entire career.